unit pembangunan murid ke Jabatan Peringkat Melaka, alright, kerana sudi menjemput saya memberi satu ceramah pengenalan tentang IPSO iaitu International Fizik Olympiad dan juga selections and also training yang kita jalankan oleh jawatan kuasa Fizik Olympiad negara peringkat kebangsaan. Biasanya kita jalankan training di UKM, Bangi. So let me give a short briefings on what is International Physics Olympiad and how our selection and trainings is being conducted throughout the years since 2002. On these slides, I will go through with you what is IPSO, that is International Physics Olympiad, and what are the objectives and what are the formats of the competitions, what type of activities and programs the leaders and the students will be participating in during the IPSO, and how about our country participation in IPSO, and how about our achievement, especially the students from Malacca in IPSO since 2002 until now, and how our selection and training programs being carried out by our and to choose our national teams every year, and how to prepare for IPSO. I will give you some a suggestion on the link and some materials that you can refer to. Alright, if you are interested. Alright, since 2002, we have already participated in IPSO, and at that time we used to take students from Form 6 STPM students, and also from College Mala, usually College Mala Banting or College Mala Seremban. But recently we have problem choosing students because of we have far difficult to search for talents, especially when Form 6 students are getting lesser and lesser, especially Form 6 science students. Very few students are taking physics or science stream now in the Form 6. Most of the students will either go to private universities or matriculation centers or universities, assasis programs in the university. Therefore, we face difficulties to get quality students in the competition. So that's why we have to open our pool to wider choice, especially to Form 5 students and also students from matriculation centers, students from Asasi Pinta, for Asasi Science, University Malaysia, and so on. And even students from private colleges also we are taking in now, to represent our countries. So let's look at what is IPSO. IPSO is one of the international science Olympiad. Now we know we have International Mathematics Olympiad, IMO. We have International Chemistry Olympiad, Biology, Astronomy, and Astrophysics. Right now, our countries is participating in IMO. That was the first Olympiad our country took part. Followed by Fizik in 2002, and later I think in 2000 something, I can't remember. Then we joined the International Chemistry Olympiad, and the last one was International Biology Olympiad. Usually it was organized by Permata Pinta in UKM for the biology, and for physics, the physics department of UKM, together with the Ministry of Education, we are organizing, and training the students. For other Olympiad like astronomy, I think we are also taking part. So there are so many opportunity for our students who are talented, and we welcome all of you to take part in all this competition. The IPSO is organized annually, every year in different countries, all right, and usually it will be carried out 9 to 10 days. And the first competition was held in 1967 in Poland, all right, and after that, each country will take turns to organize, right, and every country may send one national team, right, and one national team will consist of 5 students and 2 team leaders. So, okay, I used to be a team leader for a few competitions, okay, right, and let's see what are the conditions for the students to participate in the competitions. First, the student must be under the age of 20, all right, in the year of competition. That is, you can check whether you are qualified or not. Let's say by 30th of June every year, you must not reach the age of 20 years old. So 30th of June every year. Jadi tengok tarikh lahir kamu. Kalau tarikh lahir pada 30 Jun tahun itu, kamu masih di bawah umur 20, makna okay, saudara-saudari bolehlah layak untuk ambil bahagian. Dan kedua, the students cannot enter any program in the undergraduate degree yet. Okay, cannot enter university. Okay, but if you are in matriculation under university, that is okay. All right, like Asasi Science, Asasi Pinta, there is no problem. Okay, but if you started your degree program, then you are disqualified. All right. So what are the objectives of International Physics Olympiad? So of course, the objective will be to test the highest level of knowledge in physics. Okay, so all the questions are very high degree of high level. All right, not only in terms of difficulty, but also in terms of knowledge base. Okay, enhance critical thinking and problem solving skill. All right, so students must learn how to solve problem, right? And learn how to think critically. And of course, they are also got practical, so right practices of presentation. So you must know how to present your answer, not only theoretical answer, but also how to present your experimental answers, experimental analysis, and so on. We have hand-on skills in theoretical and experimental physics. So there are 2 parts. So students must not only good in theory, but also good in experiment. The format of the competition will be, there are 2 distinct parts of the competition. Ada 2 kertas, right? One is the theory paper, which is 5 hours, right? So dalam masa 5 jam itu, pelajar kena jawab 3 soalan, like 1 soalan 10 markah. So it's not easy to get sometimes because the breakdown of the mark is 0.1 mark. So kalau jawapan betul 0.1, makna kalau nak dapat 30 markah is not easy, makna it should be allowed 300 points, isn't it? Okay, so it's a very tough. Okay. But of course, if students are good, okay, and they have the patience for excellence, you'll find it very enjoyable. Okay, very enjoyable, all right, and very challenging. Secondly, there is another paper which is experiment, all right. So the student will also take part in a 5-hour experiment. They're supposed to do 2 experiment, dua amali dijalankan dalam masa 5 jam. And 1 experiment will be carry 10 marks, okay? So total 30 plus 20, total 50 marks. But as I say, the marks will be broken down into 0.1 marks for each point. So therefore, it should be counted as 500 marks, okay? So the questions are based on the IPSO syllabus, okay? All right, and will be slightly more advanced than STPM syllabus, although it is slightly more advanced than STPM syllabus, but a lot of questions are very very tough and very challenging. Okay, let's look at the syllabus here. All right. Yeah. So if you see the syllabus of the IPSO, right? We have theoretical syllabus will be on mechanic. Okay, those highlighted part are out of the STPM syllabus. So there are a lot of students, a lot of the things that you have to study, even if you have studied STPM. So a lot of things you still need to study yourself, right? Like center of mass, some how to find center of mass by integration, right? And stable and unstable equilibrium states. Okay, dynamic. Like rotation is not in STPM syllabus. Even in A level also don't have a rotation, but you have to study rotation. You must learn angular momentum or this kind, which are out of the STPM syllabus. Then we have like gravitation law, Newton law of universal gravitation, and motion of satellites. Okay, and planetary motion, all this. Okay. On the electromagnetism part, there are some extra out of the STPM syllabus like Biot-Savart law. Yeah, this Maxwell equation totally is not in STPM syllabus. There are two forms of Maxwell equation: the integral form and the differentiation form, but the integral form will be in the syllabus for the competition. Okay, and the other will be like energy density of the electric field and magnetic fields, circuit theory, oscillation and wave, interference. Okay, all those highlighted blue colors are not in the STPM syllabus. And special theory of relativity, which is also a very interesting topic. Okay, students need to know. All right, sometimes there are a lot of mathematics applied. Okay, you must know. All right, quantum physics. Okay, you have some quantum mechanics. Okay, principles also. All right, and thermodynamic and statistical physics. This will be on the theory part. For experiment, students need to know how to use the apparatus. Especially, there are a lot of very advanced apparatus will be given during the competition. Okay, so you must study how to use the apparatus. Okay, and how to collect data from the experiment, how to set up your experiment. All this will be done individually, and you are not supposed to discuss. Okay, during the competition, and it is all based on individual performance. All right, so the good student will be given gold medals, silver or bronze. All right, the last will be honorable mention. So a lot of mathematical skills will be required for the competition. So students who are good in mathematics will stand a better chance. Okay, right? And there are a lot of, especially calculus. Okay, so you need to know a lot of integration and differentiations. Okay, some statistics, complex numbers, all right, vectors, geometry, three-dimensional geometry. So these are the basic things that you need to know. So if you are interested in Physics Olympiad, okay, so you have to prepare yourself, all right, to study more mathematics. Okay, all right, because mathematics will be the tools for physics. And of course, the questions are tough. Okay, all right. The question will be prepared in advance by the host country. So the country they're supposed to organize, they will prepare the question, like the theoretical question and the experimental question. And this question will be discussed and then approved by the team leaders, all right, during the competition, all right, and they will discuss during the international board meeting, all right. So the grading system of I4 a gold medal should be awarded to the top 8% of the participants. Okay, the gold medals. Usually the top countries like China, okay, Russia, okay, right, they are very good. Okay, they will be able to get all gold medals. Okay, 5. The silver medals or better should be awarded to the top 25 students. Okay, 25%. All right, and then bronze for better. That means from gold up to bronze, there'll be about 50%. Okay, and then the honorable mention will be given to the next 17%. So total will be allowed 67% of the candidates, right, will be able to get at least an honorable mention. And all students will receive certificate of participation. Okay, and the participant with the highest score will be given the special prize known as the absolute winner. That is the student who have the highest score both in theory and experiment. All right, and since there are very few female students taking part, usually around 90% of the students are boys. All right, so the girls will be allowed 10% only. Okay, I think this has become the phenomenon throughout the world, okay, where most of the students who are interested in physics, okay, are boys. All right, so they give one special award to the best female award every year. Okay. The leader and observers. Okay, so let's see what are the programs where the leaders and observers will participate. Okay. This is one of the programs during the Olympiad in Portugal 2018. Okay. That's so. Okay. So typically it will be divided into 9 days or 10 days here. So 9 days. So the first day arrival. Okay. After arrival, second day we will have the opening ceremony where the students and the readers will be together. All right. Yeah. For your information, once we reach the organizing country, they will receive us at the airport, and then the students and the leaders will be separated because they will stay at different hostel. All right, and the handphone of the students will be kept by the organizer because we are not supposed to contact each others because the leader will know the question first. All right, and we are not supposed to contact the students. So the students' handphone will be kept by the organizer, right, during the period of competition until after the papers is over, then they will return their handphone. So on the second day after the opening ceremony, then we will be having the discussion and translation of the experimental exam, right? So this will be carried out throughout the day, and usually we have to translate until the next morning 4 to 5 a.m. Okay, because the student will take the exam at 8 a.m. in the morning. So therefore, translation will be carried out. For our country, we also do translation, although it's in English. Okay, right? We translate from English to English because some of the terms they use may be slightly different from us. Therefore, we still do translation. In the year 2002, we didn't do we do translation into PM because at that time our medium of instruction was still in Bahasa Malaysia. Alright, so jadi beberapa tahun kemudian bila kita ada PPSMI, pengajaran dan pembelajaran sains dalam bahasa Inggeris, dan kita sudah tukar dan kita tidak buat translation kepada bahasa Melayu. Okay. Then pada hari yang kedua, okay, the next day, hari ketiga, normally, okay, they will bring us for excursion or some activities. Okay, but for the leaders, we have no time. Usually, we will be very tired because after the translation, sometimes we just take a break, okay, and take kita tidur, and then because afternoon we will start another meeting, on discussion and translation, of the theory paper. Sorry, okay. So kali yang keempat, we have translation and discussion of the theory paper, right? Itu pun kita buat sampai the following days, morning, okay, sampai pukul 4 sampai 5, alright? Because the student will sit for the theory paper the next day, 8 a.m. So after that, okay, they will bring us for excursion, right? But during the excursion time, we were also busy marking the students' papers. We have to mark. We mark our students' paper. They also mark our students' paper. Okay. After marking, then we will compare the mark and we have a moderation. So we have to mark the our students' theory and experimental papers. Follow the marking scheme. Okay. Then on the 27, let's say hari yang ke-7, then at the moderation, one whole day moderation, we will begin the mark with markers. So we try to fight for our students' marks so that they can get something, either a medal or an honorable mention. Okay. Then on the 8 days, there will be the closing ceremony, okay, and we will know the result, okay, and the prizes will be given out, okay, medals will be given out during the closing ceremony, and last day will be the departure home, okay. So these are some photos we took during our IPSO 2018 in Portugal, right? Opening ceremony, and this is all the leaders from all the different countries. Usually there are about 80 over countries taking part, so there will be around 200 to 300 leaders and observers throughout the world, okay, attending the international board meeting, discussion of experimental question on theoretical questions, okay, and then during the discussion and translation, we will try to test out the experimental setup, okay, and see what are the problems, okay, right, with the apparatus. And this one is Encik Wan Imran. Encik Wan Imran is the coordinator for our national team, okay, right, from UKM, a lecturer from UKM, and on the left is me, right. And here we are doing the theoretical questions, translation of theoretical questions, okay. Then here we are doing marking, right. We mark the papers, mark our students' papers, okay. We have to identify from where they didn't give us the mark, then we will fight for our students, okay. So we mark in a room, okay. Normally we also burn our midnight oil to look for marks, okay, for our students. And this is the moderation with the organizing committee, so where we fight for marks for our students, okay, question by questions. And sometimes we have a free time, we join the excursion, okay. I think this is right. This place. This is from Portugal, okay. And closing ceremony, okay. So where in 2018, 3 of our students got bronze medals, okay, in Portugal. Now we look at the students' activity and okay, the students' program, okay. Students are more relaxing because they only have 2 days where they are, okay, supposed to sit for the exam, okay, and the other days they will be very free. They have excursions or listen to talks, okay, right, or some sport activities. So if you look at the students' program, other than first day, all right, second day they have opening ceremony, and third day they will sit for the experimental paper, which is 5 hours, normally from 8 a.m. to 1, okay? Yeah, 8 to 1 p.m., okay? After that, they'll have a lot of excursions, all right. Okay, they will bring them to tourist spots, okay, the famous tourist spot in the countries, all right. One day excursions, and the next day they also free, all right. Some students will join the excursion, some may be studying in the room, okay, and the following days they will have theoretical exam, which is also 5-hour theoretical papers, okay. So 3 questions they answer. Then the other days they will be having excursion also, or some sports events, and after that we have like crossing ceremony and farewell parties by the organizing country. Here is where the students are sitting for their theory papers, which is 5 hours. You are given, so individual students, they are put in the cell like this. All right, we are not supposed to talk to one another. They provide you with a calculator, which is not programmable, or you can also bring your own calculator, provided that is not programmable calculators. But you hardly use calculators because in theory papers, most of the question will ask you for derivation of formulas and so on. So you seldom do any calculation, except in experiment. Then you have to collect data, then you have to analyze data. Then in experiment, you will have to use your calculator more frequently. Here is the experimental exam, where students do their own on their own, all right, without any assistance. But if your apparatus got problem, you can ask them to replace. And students have the chance to visit science centers or attending lecture by Nobel laureate. This one is I think in Switzerland, 2016, where students have the chance to visit the Chern's lab, the famous Chern's lab in Switzerland. Right, it is a particle physics labs, where they go and look at the accelerators and so on. And they also have the chance to visit some famous tourist spot. This one is in Copenhagen, 2013, where our students, they are brought to a canal cruise, where they visit the Copenhagen city. All right. Now we look at our country participation in IPSO. So Malaysia first participated in IPSO since the year 2002, right, in which we obtained 3 honorable mention only in that year. And I was one of the trainer, right, starting the year 2002. Actually, it's 2001 already we involved in the training. It was our first time participating in IPSO, which was held in Bali, Indonesia. So but there are 3 years that we couldn't take part. These are the year 2003 to 2020 and 2021 because of pandemic. 2003 we could not take part because of SARS, I think, because of SARS. And 2020 also because of pandemic, and this year also, these 2 years, because of COVID-19. In the year 2019, we didn't take part in International Physics Olympiad, but we took part in the European Physics Olympiad, which was held in Latvia. All right, because in that year, Israel was the organizing country for IPSO. So our passport does not allow us to go to Israel to participate in the competition. So we did not enter IPSO in 2019, but we took part in the European Physics Olympiad. And in that European Physics Olympiad, we won 1 bronze and 2 honorable mention in 2019. These are the achievements by our country since 2002. Right? If that we have won, the highest score was a gold medal, right, in 2011 by our students from Chongling High School, right? And we got 1 silver medal, okay, so far also in 2008 by a student from Melaka High School, okay, all right. So far he's the only one who got the silver medals, okay. And we have got 11 bronze medals, right. For honorable mention, we got a total of 29 honorable mentions. So the total prizes that we won are 42 so far. Okay. And we look at the achievement by the individual students in 2002. All right, it was our first participation. We got 3 honorable mentions. Okay. Then in 2004, right, we have 2 students from Melaka High School, Chi Hang Sing and Yo Hok Chai. They were so we have slightly improved. We got 4 honorable mentions. Okay, 2003 we did not take part because of SARS. Then in 2005, right, we got 1 bronze. It was the first bronze our country achieved. Okay. And Hotek Sen is a San Francisco boy, okay, from Malacca boy. Okay. At that time, he was doing Form 5 and he represented the country in the Asian Physics Olympiad 2005, which was held in Indonesia, right? Pekanbaru, Indonesia. He got honorable mention, and in the same year, he got honorable mention in the International Physics Olympiad, which was held in Spain. Okay, all right. And this boy from SF5, okay, Form 5. After that, he got enter Princeton University in US to do financial engineering, and now I heard he is working in UK, all right, as a financial engineer. Okay, and 2006, and the competition was held in Singapore. Okay, in 2007, okay, this student Eng Sing Chow from Melaka High School, all right. He went to Iran, okay, and he got honorable mention. In the following year, he achieved a silver medal, okay, for Malaysia, okay. So he participated twice, okay, in IPSO. This boy from Melaka High School, okay. And 2009, there was also, we didn't take part in 2009 because of bird flu, all right. Bird flu, also pandemic. Okay, so 2010, our country achieved the first gold medal, all right, by a Chongling boy. This Chongling boy, he went to Croatia in 2010, but he got a bronze. So the following year, he represented the country again. He won a gold medal. Okay? So. Wai Chang is also Melaka High School boy. Okay, he also represented the country twice. Okay, one in Denmark and one in Kazakhstan. All right. Another boy from Melaka is Ong Ichi. Okay, but he didn't get anything. But at least he represented the country in the IPSO India 2015. This boy is from Sekolah Menengah Yok Bin. Okay, right. And we look at this boy, Eng Sing Chow. Yes, he's the silver medal from Melaka High School, silver medalist. Okay, and this is a gold medalist, Chiu Kok Wei. He's he got a scholarship to study physics in the University of Beijing, okay, right? And I think he further his study to PhD, right? And okay, this is the year 2011, okay. No, this is the year I think 2013, okay. 2018 bronze medalists got 3 bronze. Our country achieved 3 bronze in Portugal. These are the bronze medals. Yeah. Let's look at the achievement by students from Malacca. Throughout the years, a total of 9 students from Malacca has represented the country in IPSO. Okay, and we achieved 1 silver medal, 1 bronze, and 5 honorable mention. Okay, and this year actually 1 student from Sekolah Menengah Kajevelang was chosen to represent the country in IPSO 2021, but because of the SARS, because of the pandemic, sorry, so we withdraw from the competition last minute. Okay, now this boy I think he got the scholarship to study physics in China, one of the university in China. Here is 2 high school boy. Okay, Chi Hang Sing. He's now the lecturer in University Malaya Engineering Faculty. Okay, the other boy is Yo Hok Chai. I think he's working in Singapore. Right, both represented the country in IPSO 2004 in Korea. Right, in Korea. And this is Ho Tek Sian, I told you, from SFI. Okay, who won honorable mention both in APSO and IPSO 2005. Okay. Here is also APSO 2005. So there are girls, like we have 3 girls represented the country in 2005. Okay. All right. So girls, don't give up. Okay. All right. We have very potential. Okay. We have some girls who are very good, and they can represent the country, okay, in our competitions. This is the Ho Tek Sian, okay, in IPSO 2005. This boy, Ng Sing Chao, he went to Iran, okay, right, represented our country in IPSO Iran 2007, where he got honorable mention. The following year, he achieved the silver medal. Right. And this boy, Elvin Po from Malacca High School also, he was chosen to represent IPSO 2011. This is me, and the other son is our professor, Professor Dr. Loslan from UKM. He's our chairman, okay, of the Jatan Kuasa Fizik Olympiad Kebangsaan, okay, Professor Dr. Loslan. Ho Wai Chang represented the country in IPSO 2013 and also 2014 from Malacca High School. And this boy, Son Ji Hing, okay, he obtained a bronze medal in 2018, okay, IPSO 2000 in Portugal, right, from Malacca High School. And in the same year, he also took part in the IMO, International Mathematics Olympiad, where he won an honorable mention. And then he had to fly to Europe, Hungary, Romania, I think Romania in that year. After that, he had to fly back and follow us to Portugal again, right, in the same month of July. So he took part in 2 Olympiad, right, in 2018. Now he got a scholarship to study, ASEAN scholarship to study in NUS Singapore, National University of Singapore, right. So this interview by one of the local newspapers on him, okay, Son Ji Hing, right. Ong Yi Chi from Yok Pin, the one, okay, the short boy, right, from Sekolah Menengah Yok Pin, okay. He represented our country in IPSO 2015 in Kazakhstan. And this Devin Wang, right, from Melaka High School, he was chosen to participate in IPSO 2018 in Jakarta, in Jakarta. Now I will go through with you our selection and training program, okay, of the national team. So this is our Jatan Kuasa Fizik Olympiad Kebangsaan, okay, where our chairman is Professor Dr. Loslan Abdul Suku, all right. Okay, he's specialized in superconductivity. Yeah, so if you study Fizik in UKM, you will meet him. Yeah, he is pakar dalam superconductor. All right. And our coordinator is Encik Wan Imran. Okay, also a lecturer in Physics department. All right, in UKM. Treasurer Dr. Yap. Okay, we have our academic committees. Okay, our trainers, both for theory and experiment. We also have a logistic committee in charge of lodging, food, and transport. Okay? Normally, our training will be held in UKM, and the student will be staying in the Permata Pintar, okay, hostel, or maybe staying in the okay, college, okay, in the university. And of course, we have our officer from Ministry of Education, okay, Encik Muhammad Sanjit, okay. Encik Sufian is in charge of the private school department. So students from private school, private colleges, right, can enroll through the program through the private school department, okay. Then we also have other agency, all right, from Mala, Asasi Pinta, Permata Pinta UKM. Paksum is the Asasi Science University Malaysia. Okay, and we have college genius Insan, right, Upsim. Okay. So basically our jawatan kuasa terdiri daripada beberapa unit lah, Kementerian Pendidikan, UKM, okay, okay, Upsum, alright, Permata Pinta, Permata Insan, and so on, and University Malaysia. This is our care, care Wan Imran, our coordinators, care, and one of our trainer, Wan Chin Mayin, care, also retired, and care. So this is our Malaysian team leader to IPSO 2018, care. And how about our selection? Kita tengok, care. Our training divide into kepada beberapa tahap 1, 2, 3 dan tahap 4. Okay? So kita bagi pada 4 tahap. Tahap pertama kita ada satu bengkel yang pertama. Right? Jadi bengkel itu kita akan jemput pelajar yang baik, okay? Dan minta pihak Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri untuk cadangkan murid yang bagus, kan? Mungkin tahun ini kita boleh ambil dari mereka yang baik dalam National Physics Competition, kan? Mereka akan ambil satu ujian teori, ya, dan tajuk biasanya adalah tajuk Penggal 1 STPM, the first term syllabus in STPM, okay? I mean, this will based on mechanic and also thermodynamic, okay, chapters. And it will be an objective test, aspek akademik, soalan ujian oleh guru, okay, KBM dan Jawatan Kuasa Olympiad Fizik Malaysia. Okay, so they will set the questions. Usually it will be an objective question, and we will do an online test. Okay, right, online test. Okay, and from this, throughout the country, we will choose 15 students, 15 pelajar yang terbaik, okay, untuk pergi tahap yang kedua. Other than this, we also choose students from the other bahagian, iaitu from College Mala, Asasi Sains University Malaysia, Asasi Pinta, Permata Insan, and juga sekolah-sekolah swasta. Alright, so these 5 section, and mereka juga ambil okay, ujian yang sama, alright, Dan dari situ kita akan pilih setiap agensi 5 pelajar yang terbaik, total of 25 plus 15, so kita ada 40 pelajar akan pergi ke tahap yang kedua. Dalam tahap kedua, right, kami akan adakan bengkel latihan, right. Tahun ini kita adakan secara online, tapi biasa kita kalau tak ada pandemik, kita cuba buatkan di college, di fakulti Fizik UKM, okay. Dan di mana pelajar akan menghadiri ceramah, right, okay, sesi teori dan juga eksperimen, okay. Dan pada hujung bengkel itu mereka akan ambil ujian, okay. So we have a theory papers, right. And this theory were based on the topic from STPM, Bengkel 2 and Bengkel 3. So therefore, students must study on your own, okay, the whole syllabus for STPM first before you go to the second workshop, okay. And this, right, after the workshop, we will choose the best 20 students, okay, to go for our tahap 3. Dalam tahap 3 juga kita akan adakan bengkel latihan di UKM selama 1 minggu, like 1 week program. And we try to finish the syllabus for IPSO during the camp, okay. So we have sesi teori and amali, and dijalankan di Fakulti Fizik UKM. Dan juga peperiksaan amali dan teori akan diadakan sebelum tamat bengkel itu. Dari situ 5 pelajar akan terpilih untuk wakil negara dalam IPSO 2022 yang akan diadakan di Belarus, okay, di satu negara di Eropah next year. So selepas tahap ketiga itu, we already have our national team. So then we have our final stage. There will be more intensive training. So we have another 3 to 4 workshop, okay, intensive workshop in UKM for our national team, okay. So, and after every workshop, we will give them evaluation. Ada ujian amali dan juga ujian teori diadakan selepas setiap bengkel, right. Dan sebelum kita bertolak ke pertandingan, alright, di negara pengancur, alright, kita akan ada satu majlis penyampaian jalur gemilang oleh Menteri Pendidikan Malaysia every years. And this majlis penyampaian jalur gemilang akan disertai bersama-sama dengan semua Olympiad yang lain, termasuk IMO, alright, IK, Olympiad Kimia and so on, okay. So this is right, the programs, okay, the tahap-tahap program yang kita akan adakan, okay, right, untuk tahun depan. Ini adalah satu contoh training camp yang kedua, right, kita ada pada tahun 2018, okay. So dalam training camp itu kita ada cuma 3 hari saja training camp, 3 hari, right, pelajar akan masuk ke Kolej Ongko Omar, okay. Dan kita terus mulakan lecture, alright, oleh saya tahun itu electrostatic capacitor, alright, by Wee Choi Chang, that's my name, okay. After that, the student will study on their own, alright, at night. Then the following day, like the next day, after breakfast, they have the theory on magnetic field and electromagnetic induction, okay. Alright, and then they have the theory exam. So the second camp normally we focus on theory, alright, not experiment. The third camp, okay, we will have experiment also. So the third camp will be more intensive. We have 1 whole week, okay, from Monday to Friday, right? So okay, the first day there is a pre-test, okay, for the students. Then we have lecture on thermodynamics, we have lecture on special theory of relativity by me, alright? And at night they will study on your own, okay? So whole day lectures, alright, from 10 up to 6 p.m. Then the third day, we also have experiment the whole day. You go to the physics lab in the UKM physics faculty to carry out the experiment. Inject one Imran, our coordinator, is in charge of the experiment. And the last day, we have another training on theories, also one whole full day. And the last day, but there will be experiment also, there will be experiment test on the Thursday afternoon, 3 hours. And the last day, we have a theory test. So this is another training camp schedule, right? So more or less the same one whole week. So we have this type of camp in UKM 5 to 6 times in a year. 5 to 6 times training actually is not enough. So students still have to do a lot of self-study at home to prepare for the competition. So this is our group photo after training camp 3. All right. I can't remember what year. So, and here are the students attending my lectures in the UKM seminar room. All right. Where the students will carry out the experimental session in our physics lab in UKM. And students practicing past year IPSO question. I forgot to tell you that after every year's IPSO, our country will buy one set of the apparatus, and the apparatus will be kept in UKM. So every year, the students will take out the past year experimental set, and they will practice there. Sometimes we take those as our test for the students, where they can have intensive training. This is our Professor Loslan, Professor Dr. Loslan, supervising our students in the lab. And here, the students have the chance to discuss among themselves during the experimental session, where they were, peer learning is an effective learning process. So therefore, we encourage students to discuss among yourself, during the training. Not only during training, even after that, they also should, we should encourage them to, to have peer discussion and peer learning. Here, the students are sitting for 3-hour theory papers after the camp, and here students are sitting for the experimental exam in the physics lab in UKM. So finally, I would like to go through with you how to prepare for IPSO. The first thing is that first you must study the STPM syllabus, before attending the selection test, especially the second selection test. This is the syllabus for STPM. You see, it comprises of semester 1. First term will be mostly on mechanics and thermodynamics. Second term, they have electricity and magnetism, and third term, we have oscillation, wave, optics, and modern physics. Modern physics means is quantum physics and also nuclear physics. So these are the content of the Form 6 syllabus. So based on the so I hope when you are if you are interested, so please prepare yourself and go through the syllabus, study the laws in or the laws which you may not cover in Form 5. So the first thing is to equip yourself with the knowledge at least until the STPM's level, before coming to our training in UKM. The third term syllabus will make mostly on oscillation and wave, sound wave, geometrical optics, some wave optics, quantum physics, and nuclear physics. So secondly, push up your mathematical skills. Mathematics is very important. So must try to equip yourself with more knowledge, especially on calculus, integration and differentiation of some basic function. You must know some binomial expansion, like Taylor series also you must know, okay? Complete the IPSO syllabus, okay, especially the topic not covered in STPM, all right, like special theory of relativity, some quantum theory, quantum mechanics, okay? Improve your problem solving skill, right? Solve as many problems as you can with deeply and tirelessly understanding on the concept. We have a very good physics books on problem solving that give, okay, this book, okay, solution to IE, a lot of problem in general physics. Okay? Later I will share you the link, okay? You can download, okay? Right? Where they give the right problem and also the solution. Okay, so students must first study the theory first before you can go through this. If not, you will not be able to understand. Okay, these are the solution. You see, there's hardly any calculation or any numbers, but mostly are symbols, okay, in physics. So similarly, in International Physics Olympiad question also, in theory paper, you will see mostly answer like this, okay? You don't see any calculation, any figure where you can use your calculators, okay? So mostly are formulas, derivation of formulas, okay? And a sort of integration, okay? So learn error analysis for experiment. Okay, so for experiment, student must learn how to analyze the data, how to do error analysis, and to write your answer to a certain degree of accuracy, right? How to present your data, how to present your graph, and so on. So all the skill like graph plotting skill and so on, you must learn. You can go through all the past year Olympiad question and the marking scheme, okay, on data analysis and report writing skills, right? I will give you some reference. Okay? A very good book for to study physics is this Fundamental of Physics, Heritage and Leslie, okay, 10th edition. All right, don't buy. I will give you the link where you can download the ebook, okay, and you can study, right? So actually, you don't need to have many physics books. One good book will be enough, especially this one. Okay, if you just go through this book, I think it's very good enough. Okay, but of course, question from this book may be too simple, all right, as compared to IPSO question. So you still need to go through problem solving and look at the past year IPSO question. Not only IPSO, you can also try the Asian Physics Olympiad question, okay? All right, Asian Physics Olympiad. For your information, our countries also take part in Asian Physics Olympiad, but not by our national team. It's usually participated by the private schools, all right, the Chinese schools, all right, students, where every year they participate in the Asian Physics Olympiad. This year, we also took part in Asian Physics Olympiad by some of our Chinese school, private Chinese school students, okay, and we got one honorable mention. And this year competition was organized by Taiwan, but the team didn't go to Taiwan. They took the competition online. Okay, I'm also one of the trainer for Asian Physics Olympiad. Okay, and these are the other books that you may refer to. Physics, okay, for scientists and engineers. Okay? University Physics, okay? And there's another book by the Japan Physics Olympiad Committee. Okay? This is a very good book. I will give you the link. You can download and you can go through Physics Olympiad Basic to Advanced exercise, but it's more could be said very a bit simpler. Okay, I like easier compared to the IPSO standard. Okay. But it's a good entrance point, okay, for you to practice and to pick up. Okay. This is another book for Asian Physics Olympiad. Okay. Problem and solve solution. Okay. But the Asian Physics Olympiad syllabus is more or less the same as the IPSO, except that the APSO questions are much tougher. Okay, probably the Asian they are more like more advanced. Okay, like China, Taiwan. Okay, you see they are very aggressive. Okay, in IPSO and APSO. The other books are like some other popular physics book, which you can go through. But I think you don't need to have many physics book. As I said, one good book is enough. Maybe the best one I would like to recommend is this one, The Fundamental of Physics by Halliday and Leslie, 10th edition. These are the other links where you can download the books. This is the Fundamental of Physics. Maybe I can send the link to Khairuddin later. After he will send it to you. IPSO past year question. All right. This is the website where you can download the IPSO past year question and their answer as well. And we have this one. The next one is the Asian Physics Olympiad. There is the IPSO problem and solution. This website. This is a link here. So you can try to download and go through the problem and the solution. Example 2021, we have this as the Olympiad held in Lithuania, right? This is the theory paper, problem 1. Then you have the theory paper, problem 2, and theory paper, problem 3. Right. I think the experimental paper, you can download, you can find somewhere, I can't remember. Let's look at this, let's say theory. So this will be the question, right, for IPSO this year in Lithuania. Actually, many countries fly there, except some country like Malaysia, we opted to take the exam in our country, but last minute we pull out also because of pandemic. So this will be the question, right? Question 1. So you see this question, you should finish in around 1.5 hours because you have 3 theory questions to complete in 5 hours. And then you can look at the solution given. This is the marking scheme, right? So, they say the first mark will be the part A, they'll give 0.8 marks, and then the breakdown, right? Part A1, 0.8 mark, and this will be, and then part A2, 0.6 mark. If the students can write out the answer, write this, So this question will be carry 10 marks, all right, 10 marks. So you see the solution is very long, all right. So, we have 3 questions like this, Now we continue on, our, let's see, our PowerPoint, Then the Asian Physics Olympiad website, you can go in, all right, and this is the book I told you, Japan Physics Olympiad, Japan Olympiad Committee, they prepare one book, all right. So this is a very good book, for beginners, all right. So you can, you can download this book and study on your own, all right. They have a lot of theories and also a lot of practice, together with the answer given. A lot of problem solving, yes, this one is shared from my Dropbox, my box, so I share these 2 books with the solution to you, If you're interested, you can download and go through, but this will be more advanced, okay? Like if you are chosen for the team, then maybe you can like go through the solution and the problem here. Tentatively, so the students supposed to take the national physics competition. I think should be in October. Okay, we plan to have it in September, but I think because of the COVID-19, so we may postpone it to October. And this is organized by the Ministry of Education under the STEM. Okay, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics department. Okay, and Jatan Kuasa Olympiad Fizik Kebangsaan intend to conduct the first training camp in December. Okay, if couldn't, then maybe we will do it in January. Okay, right, that will be online. Right, and then next year we will have a face-to-face training in UKM. Right, for our camp 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, and the European Physics Olympiad will be held in May, and the Asian Physics Olympiad also will be held in May. But we may not take part in the European Physics Olympiad. I'm not sure. Okay, right. So it depends. Okay, but we will take part in IPSO 2022. Okay, which will be held in Belarus. Okay, next year. So general advice to students: first, students who are interested must have the passion for physics knowledge. Okay, you have the passion, and you have the courage to take the challenge. Right. Second, you are prepared to learn. Okay, and of course, the knowledge in Physics Olympiad is beyond your school physics. Okay, alright, much more much higher than what you study in school. Alright. Even many undergraduate students also cannot solve those problems. Okay, so okay, but don't worry. Okay, if you are interested and you have the passion, okay, you can do it. Identify your strength. Which topic you think you can excel. Okay, and alright, identify what are the weaknesses. Okay, what are your weaknesses and obstacles. Like try to pick up on those topics that you are struggling, and do more reading and understand more on the theory and principles of physics. Practical skills, maybe you have learned out the practical skill when you come to our training camp in UKM. But right now you can just go through some of the practical report, see how they write, how they present their report, how they present the data, and how they draw the graph and so on, how they do analysis. This will be very useful. Alright, if you have this skill, you come to our training in UKM, you find it very useful. And of course, the mathematics. You must try to enhance your mathematical skills, like especially calculus, vector, algebra, statistics, and so on. Reference, as I told you, you have one good reference book should be enough. Alright, no need to go through all the other books. And of course, must study and practice. Right? Use the IPSO syllabus as your guide. To do revision, and most important, you can make friends during the camp. Alright, and you know each other's. Right. So success is not the final, and failure is not the fatal. So it's the courage to continue that counts. Right. So I end my talk about IPSO here. I hope you get some knowledge about what is IPSO, and if you are interested, please hopefully you can download some of the materials I mentioned just now. Thank you very much for your attention.
Baik, terima kasih diucapkan kepada Cikgu Wee Choi Chiang di atas penerangan sebentar tadi. Okey, baik, Cikgu Azim nak buka persoalan kepada murid-murid. Murid-murid ada nak tanya sebarang soalan ke berkaitan dengan International Fizik Olympiad?
Ya, boleh. Okay. Kalau ada soalan.
Okey. Kalau ada soalan daripada murid-murid, Cikgu Azif mohon jasa baik murid-murid untuk buka kamera, ataupun kalau tak nak buka kamera pun tak apa, turn on your punya mic and then perkenalkan diri dari sekolah mana dan ajukan soalan kepada Cikgu Wi. So Cikgu Azif persilakan, ada soalan tak nak tanya?
Cikgu pun boleh tanya kalau ada cikgu yang ada soalan. Okay.
Okey, kepada guru pembimbing yang menyertai bengkel kita pada pagi ni, kalau ada sebarang persoalan nak diajukan, boleh kita ajukan kepada penceramah kita Cikgu Wi. Sebab bukan senang kita nak jemput Cikgu Wi ni. Cikgu Wi ni busy ni, terlibat. Saya tengok biodata Cikgu Wi ni, saya kagum Cikgu Wi. Saya kagum ni, saya ada lagi 20 tahun servis ni Cikgu Wi, tahun ni tahun yang ke-14. Jadi saya pun berhasrat satu hari nanti mungkin kalau tak dapat nak ikut sepenuhnya Cikgu Wi ni pun dapat ikut sikit-sikit pun jadilah. Saya begitu teruja dan kagum sangat dengan Cikgu Wi ni. Di antara pencapaian Cikgu Wi ni adalah dilantik sebagai Fellowship Institute Fizik Malaysia. So untuk maklumah murid-murid, nak dapatkan status fellowship ni bukan mudah. Jadi memang sesuai dan selayaknya Cikgu Wi dianugerahkan status fellowship tu. So tahniah Cikgu Wi, semoga menjadi inspirasi kepada semua guru-guru fizik di Malaysia, terutamanya di Negeri Melaka, dan juga sebagai pembakar semangat kepada semua murid-murid dan guru-guru untuk bekerja dengan lebih kuat dalam memajukan bidang pendidikan fizik ni. So daripada saya, memang saya kagum dengan Cikgu Wi. Tahniah Cikgu Wi walaupun dah pencen tetapi masih semangat lagi berkongsi ilmu dalam bidang pendidikan Cikgu Wi. Jadi tak ada soalan ni Cikgu Wi, saya nampak mungkin mereka teruja dan nanti sekiranya, ya silakan Brian Tan, okey?
Okey, selamat pagi. Saya Brian Tan dari SMPK Katolik Melaka. Okay, so I have a question here is, if we have a chance to get involved in this competition, is it a insurance for us to have a place to study in UKM, or it is only for a competition?
Okay, for your information, alright, our students who participate in IPSO, they will not be given any special privileges, alright, to get a place in the UKM. So or in our local U. So you still need to take your exam and excel in your exam. But from my experience, we see that those students who got a medal or even honorable mention, usually they will excel in the exam and they will get a scholarship either from overseas or for local institution. Okay, right. So do not worry if you can excel and you are chosen to be one of our participants. I'm sure you will do well in your future undertaking. Yeah. So that is our country don't give special priorities to students who participate in any Olympiad competition. So you still need to take your exam, SPM or STPM or A level. Okay. But I look at it, those students who got, especially those who got medals, usually they will be given scholarship to study overseas, especially in UK or US or NUS or NTU in Singapore. Okay, they will try to fight for these students to enter their university. Like if you go for IPSO, there are many universities like Hong Kong universities. They will go around and look for students. They are searching for talent. Okay, those who are good to enter the university and to offer them a scholarship. Okay, so do I answer you, Brian?
Yeah, thank you for answer.
Okay.
Okey, baik. Ada lagi tak soalan murid-murid nak ajukan kepada Cikgu Wi? Saya persilakan, ataupun guru pembimbing dipersilakan. Jadi tak ada Okey, baik. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada Cikgu Wi di atas perkongsian berkaitan dengan International Fizik Olympiad peringkat antarabangsa. Majlis diteruskan lagi dengan menjemput Encik Muhammad Zaki bin Ghazali, penolong pengarah Unit Pembangunan Kecemerlangan Sukan, Sektor Pembangunan dan Kecemerlangan Sukan, Ko-Kurikulum dan Kesenian, Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia, untuk menyampaikan ucapan dan seterusnya menutup rasmi Bengkel Pengenalan Kuiz Fizik dan juga International Fizik Olympiad. Dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan.
Baik, terima kasih Tuan Ketua Majlis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat pagi. Okay. Sebab saya masih kat Melaka lagi kan, jadi kita buat ucapan sedang Melaka lah. Baik, salam Melaka Kemajuan Jaya, rakyat bahagia mengambil dunia, salam Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Melaka, pendidikan kualiti, kesan terdidik, negara sejahtera, hashtag JPN Melaka, jenama kerajaan nombor 1, dan salam kepada Maliko Kurikulum. Okay, terima kasih sekali lagi kepada Tuan Majlis, Cik Wazib daripada SMK Paya Rumput, okay, dan kita punya guru jumlah fizik lah di Melaka ni. Yang bersama Encik Karul Syukri daripada UPPM Melaka, selaku penolong pengarah yang akan mengambil alih tugas saya selepas ini. Yang kita hormati Cik Uwi selaku penceramah kita pada pagi ini, barisan CPK sekiranya ada dalam ni, pegawai teknikal dan juga saya punya jurulatih utama, guru pembimbing dan juga student, murid yang kita raikan lah. Ada bukan 100 orang pelajar yang kita telah pilih untuk mewakili Melaka dalam kuis fizik di peringkat kebangsaan. Okay. Jadi untuk makluman anak-anak semua, setakat ini maklumat yang saya dapat untuk pertandingan peringkat kebangsaan dijangkakan pada 30 Oktober lah, sekiranya tiada perubahan. Okay. Dia ada 2 tarikh sebenarnya, 23 dan juga 30 Oktober. Buat masa ni tarikh itu masih belum confirm lagi, masih dalam peringkat penyelarasan di peringkat kebangsaan. Bagaimanapun maklumat-maklumat ni akan disampaikan melalui Cik Carol lah. Jadi beliau akan menyampaikan semua info-info yang berkaitan dengan kuis. Dan kita masih lagi stick kepada format kuis fizik yang kita laksanakan di peringkat Melaka itu hari, yang mana soalan sebanyak 50 soalan dalam masa dalam masa 1 jam, okay, 60 minit, 50 soalan, dan soalan dalam bentuk dia kata 2 bahasa lah. Kita ada bahasa Melayu dan bahasa Inggeris. Okay. Buat masa ni format tu masih belum tukar dan dia masih kekal. Baik. Jadi pagi ni sebenarnya tujuan kita jemput cikgu dan juga anak-anak yang kita raikan tujuan kita untuk bagi pengenalan lah kepada International Fizik Olympiad. Okay. Untuk makluman, Cikgu ini bukan orang kuat IPSO dan kita tuah lah sebab dia berada di Melaka. Jadi since dia dekat Melaka, kita minta bantuan dia lah. Dan terima kasih lah Cikgu sekali lagi kerana sudi hadir pada pagi ni. Kami sebenarnya cuba set masa dengan Cikgu daripada beberapa bulan yang lalu. Okay, bersama-sama dengan saya punya tim teknikal lah. Tapi tak dapat masa yang kata sesuai. Tapi alhamdulillah pagi ni kita dapat lock terus masa dan kita kongsi terus dengan kita student. Jadi berdasarkan apa yang disampaikan oleh Cikgu tadi, rasa anak semua dapat lihat lah. Untuk IPSO ni antara satu level kuis Olympiad yang bertaraf dunia, prestige dan boleh dikatakan elite lah. Dia sebaris dengan IMO, International Mathematics Olympiad, International Chemistry Olympiad dan juga kuis-kuis sains bertaraf Olympiad yang lain. Okay. Dan sudah tentulah sekiranya anda terpilih mewakili Malaysia dalam pertandingan bertaraf Olympiad ni, okay, peluang anda untuk mendapat scholarship, peluang anda untuk mendapat tempat di IPT yang boleh kata terkemuka lah, okay, di Malaysia ni cerah. Right? Kita ada garanti tapi peluang tu ada. Sebab berdasarkan pengalaman kita yang lepas lah. Anak-anak yang cemerlang ni di dalam co-curriculum dan juga curriculum, okay, dia kena balance antara dua ni, akademik dan juga co-curriculum. Kebiasaannya peluang tu cerah. Okay, dan saya ada banyak, nak kata ramai juga anak murid saya dalam ni, yang dulu saya ajak masuk sekolah pun ada dalam ni juga. Okay, tahniah. Dan ada juga anak murid saya yang lepas sampai ke UK, okay, dapat scholarship daripada company-company yang besar, hanya berdasarkan pencapaian akademik dan core curriculum mereka. Okay? Jadi ini salah satu sebab kenapa kita nak bagi mereka peluang, right? Dan seterusnya kita haraplah peluang yang diberi ini diambil dengan apa nak kata, jangan sia-siakan lah. Semoga apa yang cikgu sampaikan tadi dapat membuka mata, right? Dapat membuka minda masing-masing, yang mana selama ni anda berpandangan fizik ni hanya belajar dalam kelas saja. Habis kelas balik hujung tahun periksa, lepas tu SPM and then STPM. Sebenarnya tak. Okay? Bukan sakat di dalam akademik, malah kita boleh bawa dia ke satu level yang tinggi di peringkat Olympiad ni untuk menguji sejauh mana knowledge yang dipelajari dalam kelas dapat diaplikasikan. Seterusnya dapat kita tengok taraf pembelajaran kita dengan negara-negara lain. Kita tengok banyak negara yang menyertai pertandingan ni, okay, dan kita boleh compare lah. Sebenarnya Malaysia ni not bad. Okay, kita tengok wakil Melaka pun boleh tahan sampai dapat peringkat honorable mention, yang mana benda ni tak sukar untuk dicapai. Okay, dan saya percayalah selepas ni mungkin ada perancangan daripada Encik Garul dan juga Cikgu Azib nak dapat dalam masa setahun ni mungkin ada sukar, tapi anda berpeluang, anda ada masa yang lebih nak kata cerah lah. Because benda ni kita akan buat secara berterusan dan pastikanlah peluang ni tidak dilepaskan. Sentiasalah up to date dengan maklumat-maklumat yang disampaikan oleh UPBM, yang disampaikan oleh kita punya tim fizik di Melaka. Okay. Jadi saya pun tak nak cakap panjang, rasa masing-masing semua ada urusan yang akan yang perlu diuruskan lagi selepas ini. Sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Cikgu Wi, Cik Garul dan juga Cikgu Azib, dan juga kita punya semua guru-guru, pembimbing dan namun student yang sudi spend masa dalam kurang sejam setengah pada hari ini. Okay, hopefully apa yang disampaikan dapat memberi input dengan kata depan ni tak sia-sia lah. Apa yang belajar dalam kelas tu boleh apply dekat luar. Okay, so untuk itu saya ucapkan tahniah sekali lagi dan terima kasih kepada semua, dan saya serah semoga kepada Encik Azib. Terima kasih juga Azib. Cikgu Azib, mic.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada Encik Zaki di atas ucapan sebentar tadi. Maka dengan ini berakhirlah bengkel kita selama 1 jam 30 minit. Jadi saya merakamkan ucapan jutaan terima kasih terutamanya kepada penceramah kita pada hari ini, Cikgu Wi, kerana sudi meluangkan masa berkongsi pengalaman beliau sepanjang menguruskan pasukan nasional. Saya mendoakan Cikgu Wi terus diberikan kesihatan yang baik agar dapat membimbing lebih ramai lagi murid-murid dan membawa kejayaan yang lebih besar kepada negara kita. Jadi sebelum itu murid-murid, cikgu ada kongsikan satu link kehadiran berkaitan maklum balas bengkel kita pada hari ini di dalam grup. Jadi nanti mohon kerjasama guru pembimbing dan juga murid-murid untuk mengisikan borang maklum balas tersebut. Maka dengan ini berakhirlah bengkel kita. InsyaAllah kita akan berjumpa lagi pada masa-masa akan datang. Sekian, terima kasih, berjumpa lagi. Terima kasih semua.
Ya, terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Cikgu Aziz.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Cikgu Azif.
Okay, baik.
Ya.